Hey guys, my name is Tyler or Yams from PC Flipping Central, and today I'm just going to do a super quick informational video for you guys about how to set up a new PC flip, just like this one behind me. So I've noticed a lot of newbies kind of have a hard time setting up their PC flip or doing it in the most efficient way possible. So I just want to make a quick video showing you guys how to do this in the most efficient way possible. That's the best for customers. Let's get into it. All you'll need for this is your new PC flip and make sure it's able to connect to the internet, and then just a Windows 11 install USB. If you don't know how to make one of these, I'll go ahead and link in the description the official Windows website. It's super easy. You just have a USB or a flash drive stick that's at least, I think, 16 gigabytes, maybe it's 8. And all you do is follow the instructions on the website and you'll make a bootable Windows USB. Other than that, let's get right into it. All right. First thing you're going to want to do is have your computer all hooked up and connected, and then you can go ahead and plug in your Windows USB into any of your free USB ports and then turn the computer on. When you turn on your computer, go ahead and start pressing the delete key on your keyboard in order to get into the BIOS. In my case, I got to this screen, so if you see something like this, when it asks you to press F1 or F2, go ahead and press F1 to get into the BIOS and start setup. In my case, I wanted to change some settings in the BIOS to get this computer ready to run Windows 11. If you don't know what those settings are, here are the steps. First, disable CSM. It'll typically be under the security or boot tab, but your BIOS could vary. After disabling this, go ahead and save changes and restart. Then, usually under the security or boot tab, find secure boot and enable it, and then you can go ahead and install the default keys if the option is there. Lastly, make sure that you have TPM enabled. Since I'm on an Intel-based machine, the security device is called PTT. On an AMD machine, it will be AMD FTPM or discrete TPM. You can also take this time to enable XMP, usually under the overclocking section of your BIOS. In my case, I don't need to, but if your RAM is over 2666 megahertz and your CPU supports it, you can go ahead and enable that XMP profile. Lastly, I'm just making sure that my Windows USB is set to be the first priority in the boot order, and then I'm saving the settings and restarting. If you did everything right, you should boot right into the Windows setup environment. You can just go ahead and select English for your language or whatever language your customers primarily use, and then I generally select I do not have a product key so that I can manually install the version I want and activate it later. But if you prefer to enter a key right now, you totally can. I use Windows 11 Pro for all my builds, so I'll select that and then hit Next. Go ahead and accept the license agreement. Then select your drive that you want to install Windows to. For me, it's this 250 gigabyte SSD, and then we'll just wait for that to go ahead and finish. It might take some time and your computer will probably restart once or twice. With that done, you'll boot into a screen that looks like this. Don't go through any of the setup steps here, but instead hit Control-Shift F3. This will bring you into an administrator account where you can download everything you need and get the computer set up. When you get in here, be sure to download all the drivers for your computer. Windows does a good job of installing a lot of drivers automatically after you connect to the internet. So for most on computers, I'll just manually install the GPU drivers and sometimes motherboard or Wi-Fi drivers, but I can go ahead and let Windows install everything else. Don't close this box right here, it'll be important for later. Use Task Manager or Device Manager to make sure that all of your components are showing up as they should after you install the drivers. If you have a secondary hard drive that isn't showing up, you can hit the Windows key and type Create and Format Hard Disk Partitions, then find your drive and format it. If a computer has two drives like this machine does, I'll usually put a document explaining how to use both drives on the desktop. You can do this by going to File Explorer, then this PC, then your boot drive, then Users, then click View and Show Hidden Items, hit Default, then Desktop, and paste your document there. You can also take this time to activate Windows if you haven't already. With all that done, you'll want to benchmark and or stress test your machine. I'll show you my routine, but other people do it differently, so you can change it up if you want. The programs I download are Core Temp, Unigen Superposition, Cinebench 2024, and Furmark 2. The first thing I do is use Furmark to heavily stress test the graphics card. This lets you make sure that your GPU is getting adequate airflow, staying cool, and not artifacting. I usually run this for about 30 minutes to an hour to get the temperature to hit a plateau and stabilize, but many people will run these tests for like 24 hours. Secondly, I'll open up Core Temp and Cinebench at the same time to monitor temperatures when stress testing the CPU. I can also use my score to make sure that the CPU is performing as it should. I'll run both multi-core and single-core tests, sometimes doing them multiple times. This version of Cinebench also has a GPU test if you so desire. Some people will also use the program Prime 95 to really max out their CPUs, so if that's of interest to you, you can go ahead and check that out. Lastly, I'll run Unigine Superposition to get a nice full system benchmark that I can use in my listing. And I'll provide all the links to these programs in the description of this video if you want to go download them for yourself. Finally, when everything is done and double checked, change this box on your desktop by using the drop-down section to change Reboot to Shut Down. After hitting OK, this will shut your computer down, and this ensures that when your buyer gets the machine, they'll boot it up to the Windows out-of-box experience. So it's like they're getting a new computer from a professional brand, but you already have all the drivers installed and you've done all the stress testing. It's really super simple, and doing these steps ensures that your computer works well and provides a great experience for your customer. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more PC flipping related content. And if you have any questions or comments or concerns, you can go ahead and leave them in the comments below, or even better, in our description, you can go ahead and follow the link to join our Discord server. There's a bunch of PC flippers in there that are very smart and very willing to help you guys with any of your PC flipping related questions or problems. So go ahead and join that. And once again, my name is Tyler, and I'll see you guys in the next video.